Once upon a time in ancient Kyoto, there stood a great monastery where a giant bronze bell hung in the center of the courtyard. The bell was magnificent, crafted by the finest blacksmiths of the land, and travelers from far and wide came just to see it. But strangely, the bell was never rung. For generations, the monks of the monastery prayed, meditated, and walked past the bell in silence. But not once did they strike it. The villagers were puzzled. Some believed the bell was cursed, others whispered that its sound could bring destruction. Yet year after year, the bell remained silent. The silence itself became part of its legend. One day, a wandering monk arrived at the monastery. He was unlike anyone they had seen. He carried no scriptures, no possessions, only a gentle smile on his face. He sat in the courtyard and quietly observed the bell. Curious, the monks asked him, "Why do you stare at the bell? Do you not know it has never been rung?" The wandering monk replied softly, "A bell that is never rung is like a heart that never laughs. It is not cursed, it is forgotten." The senior monks grew angry. "You speak foolishness. The silence of this bell is sacred." But the wandering monk only smiled and said nothing more. That night, while the monastery slept, the monk walked to the bell. He lifted the wooden striker, took a deep breath, and struck it once. The sound that followed was not destructive. It was divine. Pure, deep, and resonant, it echoed through the mountains. The villagers awoke and rushed to the monastery. Tears filled their eyes as the sound cleansed their hearts, washing away years of sorrow and fear. By morning, the wandering monk had vanished, leaving no name, no trace, only the memory of that sound. From that day on, the bell was rung at every dawn, and each time its voice carried across the valley, the people remembered. Sometimes the greatest prison is the one built by our own fear. The lesson? Silence is not always sacred. It can also be the weight of fear. Sometimes all it takes is one strike of courage to release the music hidden within us. So the next time you are afraid to speak, to act, or to try, remember the silent bell. Strike once, and let the world hear your sound.